by work. Idleness, on the other hand, exhausts me completely. Go to bed, Watson. The night will be short. We leave at dawn.
Sorry about that, like, abrupt cut into the video.
Wow, this is a real adventure. It's exciting. I like it better than made-up stories. I want to know what happens next. Keep reading. I'm going to.
Yeah, since I can't pause...
Ah, I want to listen to.
Since I can't pause during cutscenes.
My readers must excuse me if I do not describe in full detail here the terrible images which haunted me that night.
I had a sense that something extraordinary would take place, but I was scarcely prepared for the reality of it.
All right.
Good morning, Holmes. Did you get any rest?
I did not attempt to sleep.
Have you managed to come to any conclusions?
I think that we might follow 3 trails. We can visit Whitechapel to try to discover the identity of the murderers by making inquiries at Dispensary 4661 and at the Whitechapel Street Cemetery.
The poison trail seems more important to me. We should perhaps go to Westgate Prison first to see Hans Schielman.
Yes, and let us not forget the bishop's irascible nephew, whose address we now have, thanks to my Baker Street irregulars. I have located each place on our map of London.
Holmes, let me remind you that we still have not been officially instructed to investigate this affair.
Ah, well, we will just have to hide that small detail.
Alright. So previously, we analyzed more clues, narrowing down that it was a poison, who the man might be, who's doing the poisoning, that the location of the workers is a cemetery, or a hospital by a cemetery. Well, let's go. I get to pick. I don't like listening to Watson's advice, but I'll stick with it.
Westgate Prison.
Time for some torture.
Here we are at the famous Westgate Prison, one of the oldest and surest in the kingdom.
I've heard that it is soon going to be demolished. Don't you find it strange that it still houses criminals as dangerous as Hans Schielman?
There's nothing strange about it, Watson. The name of this prison is linked with numerous failed escape attempts. As long as it stands, the criminals will fear it.
Good morning, gentlemen. Are you expected?
No, but we wish to meet with one of your prisoners, Hans Schielman.
I'm afraid that at the moment that is impossible. Access to the cells is controlled strictly. You can't go there without permission from the director.
Then would you be so good as to announce us? I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson.
The famous Holmes and Watson. What an honour. My name is Brighton. Frank Brighton. I'm afraid I can't announce you. I'm not allowed to leave my post, under any circumstances. But I'm sure that the director won't refuse to see you, even without an appointment. Do you see the corridor behind the reception? Follow it to the secretary's office. You'll find him there.
Thank you, Warden Brighton. One last thing. Hans Schielman received any visits lately?
None. And I'm sure because I've dealt with receiving visitors for several weeks now. I volunteered because it's a calm post to be in. We don't get many visitors and it gives me time to write. Just like you, Dr. Watson. I enjoy literature and the...
Very good.
What
Thank
a
you.
loser.
That was very impolite, Holmes. That man admires our work. You could have given him...
Another time. Let's go and meet the director of the prison.
Quite right. Westgate Prison, that sounds a lot like the name of the prison in Fable 1, but I can't remember the name of that one. And I've been meaning to LP that too, because even though I've played it so many times, it's just so good. Down the corridor to some secretary.
Sorry, but this area is prohibited without a pass. Please leave.
Oh, you are unfriendly.
We must see the prison director quickly.
What's with this dramatic music? Here we go. Down the hall. What does this say? Check room? What is that? Secretary, here we go. Secretary!
Good morning, miss.
Oh, excuse me, I dropped off. Good morning, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We would like to talk to the director.
I'll just go and see if he can receive you.
Chop, chop.
Tiredness, pale face, stiffness. I believe that the young lady is expecting a happy event.
It would seem so.
Stop checking her out, you pervert. I'll have none of that on my watch.
This small rack is for urgent letters to be given immediately to the director.
Cool. Nose around.
Hot tea.
2 cups of hot tea.
This charming secretary is Miss Jenny Patterson.
Is he expecting company for 2 cups of tea? I wonder.
The director's office, Mr. P. Patterson. No need to go in there. Strange. The director and the secretary have the same name.
Related. Married?
I'm delighted to meet you, Mr. Holmes. I am Paul Patterson, director of this establishment. You wish to talk to me? I hope this unexpected visit isn't to announce bad news.
No, do not worry. We are investigating an affair of the highest importance, one which could potentially affect the security of the kingdom. Therefore, it is imperative that we interview one of your prisoners, Hans Schielmann.
Hans, the rat killer. He's been in here for a long while now, and he's had no contact with the outside. How could he be involved in such an affair?
That is what we would like to find out.
And you have been commissioned by Scotland Yard?
Evidently.
Evidently.
Very well. I have complete confidence in you, Mr. Holmes. I will draw up a pass that you should give to Warden James in the guard room. He will show you to the cells.
Thank you, Director.
Keep me informed of your progress. And if there is anything else, don't hesitate to let me know.
We shall certainly do so.
This director seems fishy.
Miss Patterson, you have the same name as the director. Are you related?
Come, Watson. Anyone who might have made the slightest study of anthropology would have noted the similarities between the young lady and her father.
Mr. Holmes is right, I am his daughter, but he doesn't like to talk about it. I think he's afraid of being accused of favoritism.
I'm sure it was your qualities alone which secured you this position, miss.
If you must try out your powers of seduction, then what do you say about using them on the rat killer?
Goodbye.
Goodbye, miss.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye, miss. Ta-ta, farewell. Off we go. Back to that room with the not-so-nice guards. La 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 la.
What? Closed.
Low security level? Wait, no, this room. That's right.
Sorry, but this area is prohibited without a pass. Please leave.
I have a pass. Let's try putting it in my hand and going in.
Ah, you've got a pass for the high security area. It's the door at the end. Go ahead.
Thought. Stick with.
It is about the signing in book.
Okay. Where are you going? Oi.
It is potassium nitrate, isn't it?
Yes. Saltpeter or whatever.
Why are you over here, Sherlock?
This information board is almost empty. Strange, in view of the activity in the prison.
Indeed.
My name is Peter James, Chief Warden, and this is Deputy Warden O'Sullivan.
I imagine I will find Hans Schielmann behind these bars in the basement.
Yes, the high security cells are down there.
Is this the only access?
Yes, there was a second door at the end of the main hall, but it's been blocked up as a security measure.
Thank you, Chief Warden.
At your service. If you require further information, Warden Mackenzie will help you. He's at his post in the basement.
The great detective.
Mr. Holmes, I am a huge admirer of yours. I have followed all your cases and successes with the greatest interest.
What enthusiasm. Have you ever thought of a career in the police force?
Have I thought about it? It's my dream. And I'm going to try my chance once this establishment closes down. I'm studying hard for the examination to get into police school.
Inmates.
Tell me about the prisoners, Warden James.
We only have a few. As you might be aware, the days of this place are numbered. Therefore, we no longer receive new prisoners. Those who are already here are among the most dangerous in London. We have 3 at the moment. Hans the Rat Killer and the Flint brothers.
The Flint brothers?
Yes, 2 rather simple-minded maniacs who detest one another despite their relation. They massacred their parents and decapitated their neighbours. It took more than 9 policemen to overpower them.
Well, well.
There isn't any information on the notice board. Should there be notes about duties?
Yes, there should be, but Miss Patterson hasn't put up the guards' assignments for this week yet. It's not like her. Usually she does it first thing in the morning. Without these instructions, the guard in the basement won't be changed. I would go and get them, but I don't want the director to catch me there. He's very strict. Doesn't like us wandering around when we're on duty. And it will get his daughter in trouble. He's not being very pleasant with her at the moment. I don't want to make things worse.
I don't like what's going on here.
How does not having the information about guard duty stop you from ensuring the watch in the basement?
Because of the system of opening the doors, Mr. Holmes. As you can see, they are equipped with a mechanical timer which answers to a code. When the timer stops, that is to say at the end of each watch, the doors block automatically and the code is reset. It is therefore impossible to open the doors without the new code.
And who has the code?
Only the guard who takes the new watch. He's the only one who can open the envelope that it's kept in. He learns it by heart and destroys the message.
Very clever, but let's look at the limits of this procedure. One false note and the system falls apart.
See you later, Mr. Holmes.
Something real fishy going on here. I don't like it.
This device must be the alarm.
What's on this?
It is the guard's guest book, perhaps for distinguished guests.
I think that's all to see here. Let's go down into the basement. I thought it'd be locked.
Here's the famous high-security area.
Warden Mackenzie, at your service, sir.
Good morning, Warden. I have a pass which allows me to speak with prisoner Hans.
Very well. It is the cell at the end to your left. I'd advise you to walk in the middle of the corridor.
Why do you talk funny? You talk like this. Where are the Flint Bros? I kind of want to talk to them.
What do you want? You're a friend of my brother, are you? That dirty rat. I'm going to have his guts for...
That's enough.
I'm gonna kill
Yes, that's good.
brother.
Very good. Hands. Hansel, so hot right now.
Hans Schielman, I require some information from you.
Ooh, he's tiny.
So, who do we have here? The celebrated Sherlock Holmes himself. Do you know that for all the time I have spent rotting in here, you are my first and
Doubt it.
only visitor? I think this is cause for celebration. A confrontation between 2 geniuses, 2 extraordinary
Shut up.
minds.
I am afraid that you are not quite as great a chemist as you believe you are, Mr. Schielman. I will not say that you never were. No, it was certainly true once. But you see, while you are whiling away your days in here, it appears that someone on the outside is at the point of surpassing you, if that is not already the case.
Yes, I heard about that. A chemical poison that eats away at the flesh and provokes hysteria. I recognize talent when I see it, but it's only a matter of time before I win back my laurels, believe me.
What can you tell me?
Well, guys, I'm out of time. Stay tuned tomorrow and we'll see what happens. See you guys.